Hey man, I'm really sorry. My fucking internet. I never have. I don't remember the last time I had a fucking live stream without some technical difficulty. So give me a few minutes. Let everybody join again. Hopefully they haven't given up. If you don't mind. I mean, I don't know if you got things to do. I understand, but I appreciate it. Let me know if the sound is coming through. I don't want any more technical difficulties. If I could help it, and let me know. Thank you. All right, so everybody, as you rejoin, please just, some of you guys already did. Just let me know, like, hey, I'm so and so, I'm back. Well, I could see your name. Just you could put a thumbs up or whatever, or put a Y, anything. I want to make sure that most of the people that were in the live stream are back before I start yapping again. Thank you. Oh my God, I hate this shit. Thank you for rejoining. Give me a couple minutes. I want to let as many people as possible join. Thank you, thank you. Let me know who's back in. I didn't get to read most of the comment. I was mid fucking blabbering and the fucking internet cut out. If it happens again, I'll switch to my other internet. It sucks when a live stream when I get technical difficulties. All right. Thanks, man. Hey, what's up, Taurus? I think I saw Elite Precision and What If join. So I hope they come back. I hope they didn't give up. I'm good, man. Thanks. I don't. I like to see if as many people as possible come back who was on the live stream. Bear with me, guys, if you don't mind. So yeah, sports talk says low expectations, 6-10, 7-10. To be honest, I blame fans for wanting so much. Um, I I don't know. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but I honestly have a gut feel that this is going to be a decent game. I don't know how good. The layout of the game, like I was saying earlier, in terms of content, it looks a lot like NASCAR Heat 4 in terms of content. And to me, that's impressive because it took 4 games for NASCAR Heat 4. Like, we were getting baby steps, and finally, NASCAR Heat 4 uh, is probably my favorite game or best game since the Thunder games and Dirt to Daytona. So to do that with the first game and offer that level of content like a Heat 4, to me is I'm excited for that. So that's what I've wanted to see. Like a first game that isn't a baby step like here. It's plain, but you got to wait for the next game to get basic shit, basic features. And I could see from what little I've known about the game is it does look like they came out the box swinging, and that's what I want to see. I like that. All I want is a fully fleshed out game, right? That it's not a compromise. Like, hey, you got one series, and yeah, you could race on these tracks, and but you don't really get a career mode, and yeah, you get a couple templates as a paint booth, but you're gonna have to wait. And I don't see that here. I actually see an effort to produce a fully fleshed out game, which is what I've been asking for years and years. You guys know that. And the effort seems to be there. And that's why I'm excited. I really don't think this is going to be like Heat Evolution, right? Where the game works, you know, it wasn't terrible. Like it was just so plain. It just had nothing. It only had the cup, and then yeah, you could race, and okay. And we didn't get that. And a lot of people were like, just give me a game that works. And I said, no, I want a fully fleshed out game. And that's, it might sound on the surface like I was asking for too much. But that I meant in terms of basic the basics that you should get in a game, right? Regardless of it's a first game or not. And it does look to me like they checked off a lot of those boxes. So I love that effort. All right, so let me see who else is in here. Thanks for tuning back, guys. Bobby. I know Elite Precision he popped in, and What If did. I hope they come back. If they do, let me know. All right. What would fans do if game everything had in it? It was the first game. What would they want? Game two. There's still a lot they can do. Like that they have there's so much that can be done, and I'm gonna talk about these things. And yeah, I'm gonna be pushing ideas that I've been pushing for years, but I really believe these guys are the right guys, and I think they can do it. So in spite of I really feel this is a fully fleshed out game, or it's gonna be, right? There's still a lot of room to improve, to add stuff. I think we're in for some exciting times, right? For the next few years. I still don't know what their plans are. Is it going to be a yearly title thing or not? I don't know. But I think things are people. I think a lot of people's fears are going to start to fade away. Like I said, there's still ignition PTSD in the community, unfortunately. Let's see. I asked what we were gonna do first when you get the game, and then it cut out. So then I was talking for like half an hour, and it cut out. So the first thing I'm gonna do is get familiar with the controls, like they said that we should. Get comfortable with it. I have not played on a hand controller in ages, and just to get used to that is going to be, it's going to take a little bit of time. And then to tweak the settings. I don't know what's going to feel comfortable for me. So you have to invest the time initially. And once you get comfortable with the controller and how the game feels, then you could start going in. And the first stuff, I'm not jumping in career mode right away. I want to make sure I do a couple of races at 50%. So 50% length. I want to see what happens long green flag run, tire wear, AI pit strategy. I want to see all that. I want to get a sense of what it feels like, long green flag run, all that stuff. So once I do a couple of races and I'm comfortable and I feel like okay, I got a hang of it, I got the hang of it, then I'm gonna jump in career mode, right? Um, I'm not gonna do career mode videos until I get on PC. So I do plan on doing a career mode, but I'm gonna wait till PC, till I'm on a wheel, till I got all that set up. So that's what I'm gonna do early. Taurus, did you have problems with the stream? Yes, like always. My internet at work is not like it is at home. So I am prone to issues, as you guys well know. Sports Talk says EA Sports, if it's in the game, it's not in the game, but in DLC. Yeah, fuck EA. That worst fucking company around, man. I don't know. Jordan says, I don't know if you looked at all the photos in this game, but one of the photos was at Kansas and the AI were running different lines or on the apron. That tells me the game is so much better than the racing. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm just looking forward to it. I want to see, different lines and I want to see the AI make mistakes and running on the apron and stuff like that. I want to see all that and I'm excited, man. And like I said, no matter what happens, I believe the AI programming is never going to end. Like it's always going to be a work in progress, and they should always be tweaking it, trying to make it better. I don't see it ever being perfect. Uh, it was pretty good though in Heat 4. I really did enjoy that game. I don't. I do feel like people think of Heat and that it's like such a negative, but in all fairness, those games were decent. And Monster Games did a good job with the AI. So yeah, Bobby says I don't really mind that the drivers in post-race celebration keep their helmets on, and that there's no face models for them. It still looks good with the helmets. Yeah, look, man, it's one of those things. It's not a game breaking or whatever. And because it's the first game, I get it. I expect those things to get better as the following games come. I expect the presentation to get deeper and more involved because they seem to have, like I said, this feels like a fully fleshed out game, which is what I've wanted. And we've never gotten a fully fleshed out NASCAR game the first time. It always takes several years. This looks, just from the outside, I haven't played it, but just in the things they listed content wise, everything you could want in a fully fleshed out game is there. And it took 4 games to get to that in Heat 4, and that's what this looks like. So that also means a lot of things aren't going to get, they're going to get better with time. But yeah, the presentation stuff like that, it should get better with each game. Also, you should try to keep your response to each people's comments shorter and get through quicker. I get it. You're absolutely right. I have to say that's one of my weaknesses. I blabber on a lot. I can't help it. I'm 55. I don't think I'm changing. I'll try. Jordan says to me, what I care most about the game, from my experience, is the AI ability and how the racing is on each track. From what I look at in this game, it shows me everything I need to know. Yeah, that is, I've always said the AI is gonna make or break the game. How fun is it to race against them? So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Pumu Penguin, welcome. Hope you're well. Thank you, man. Same to you. Viper is back. Bobby says, yeah, I really hope it turns out like F1 games with everything presentation. Yeah. How many years F1's been around? So you got to take that into consideration. The layout of those games, I really want this to kind of go in that direction as well. But yeah, they have a lot of stuff going on. Although I don't know it that much about those games, but just looking at the features, all the presentation, all that stuff. So yeah, I'm hoping we're headed in that direction at least. Um, but obviously, do your own thing. But yeah, it's gonna take a while. All right, so Viper says I'm gonna wait a few weeks to see how good it is before I decide to get it for PC. I expect it to be good enough for my liking, but we'll see. Yeah, well, PC's coming out a month later, so you're gonna have time to find out what the game is like. I don't expect to have a review for the game uh quick. I never do it quickly. I don't have a lot of time. So I have to fit it in and I want to be fair. So I don't want to rush a review out. That's why I'm usually one of the last guys in the community to do a review. And you should never get all your information from one review anyway, right? So I appreciate that you guys, respect me and have interest in my thoughts on it, but always, don't ever take everything somebody says just one point of view. There's going to be plenty of people covering this game, and you're going to know plenty about the game, so you can make that decision. um I just I have a feeling it's going to be pretty good, as long as you're not expecting if as long as you don't have unrealistic expectations. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. I feel like uh, plenty of people have already had early access to play the game, and that was even though that was almost 2 months ago, and they've had mostly positive things to say. I don't see that changing. Don Bender, welcome. N25 Thursday night, 8 p.m. to midnight, depending on Xbox, PlayStation. Gold edition, pretty cool. Jordan says, so from what I heard, the interview about the driver ratings is that certain drivers perform based off speed. So if I ran a last place car at like Talladega, I probably couldn't win because of speed. Yeah, the ratings are supposed to play into it. The thing that excited me the most, and look, I know a couple of people said, "Oh, this was in the Heat games." It's been so long since I played a Heat game. I don't remember everything, and I didn't spend a lot of time in practice. So the fact that there are goals in practice where you, based on the settings, you run a few laps and you should know if you're going to be competitive or not in the race, and then you can make changes. That's the problem I have with like just the setting. I mean, the setups, right? I'm clueless. I feel it's really involved, but they did say they're going to release some videos trying to school people on some of that stuff, and that's definitely appreciated. So we'll wait and see. But I love that idea that the time you spend in practice is not just running in circles and then go to the race. Like it actually should in some way, shape, or form get you interested, or I don't know how to say this, but just be more involved in making the car better and preparing for the race, right? That's a part of NASCAR. It's a part of racing in general that hasn't gotten enough attention, and I liked hearing that. So we'll see what that's like. Ken Heyman says, fair to say that in NASCAR 25, it's odd that NASCAR developer team doesn't include basic features that EA games had 20 plus years ago, like caution replays, pre-race analysis, driver updates. I get it. I that's something that it hasn't been at the top of my list, but I get it. A lot of people want these caution replays, and all I can say is just keep letting you kept keep letting them know what you want. And I feel like, okay, it's not in the first game, but maybe the next game. I don't know. Um yeah. I mean, I don't know what else to say about that. Let's see. This thing is fucking scrolling now. People are joining. Everybody here got your hopes way up. It's gonna be a bomb, just like other games. I've been at this longer than anyone here. Mike Morabito. Um, sorry you feel that way. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think this is gonna be a bomb at all. I'm not guaranteeing anything, and I'm not even telling you it's gonna be the greatest game ever. I just, from what we've seen, what other people have played, it's like this is not. I can't concur, and it's too soon to say that. I'm not going there. Ken Heyman, do you think that downside of iRacing having NASCAR license for consoles that they're never going to produce a game that outshines their main product revenue stream? I don't think it has anything to do with outshining their other product. I think they're just apples and oranges. They're not the same product. So they can still make a great console game. That market for iRacing is still going to be there. It's just it's apples and oranges. And that's why I think not trying to create iRacing on a console is a smart decision, because these are two clearly separate entities, right? Or products. So I don't see that. They could still. It's not about outshining iRacing. It's a console video game, and I just think there's two audiences, and it's not. I'm not worried about that. I don't think they're worried about that. Jordan, one thing I'm excited about is it's not just Cup Series, and we get options to run whatever series. Honestly, cause if to run how to do in real life would make racing more fun. Yeah, you got all four series. I love. I think one of the things that people overlook is how important grinding is in a sports game. And I know when people hear the word grind, it has a negative connotation. Grinding is not so good in, like, let's say Grand Theft Auto, right? Where people are just grinding for money, and it's like they're not really enjoying what they're doing, but they're just trying to make money and doing these missions for the thousandth time, and they're bored, but they're only doing that because they need money. That's what I call bad grind. But in sports games, grinding should be fun. It's like it shouldn't be easy to move up. Every incremental move you do, it should be challenging. And that's what I enjoy most in a sports title. I don't want to move up from Arca to fucking Cup overnight. And I want to enjoy the journey, the process. And if it's done well, it shouldn't be easy. It should be a grind. That's the career mode. And going through the trials and tribulations of managing, the off track stuff. So yeah. Don Bennett, do you think part of the ratings could be rivals? Not really sure. They haven't mentioned rivals at all, so I have no idea. Hey, welcome, Jeff Fabiano. Videos, you say? Yeah, man, glad to see you. Glad you joined the live stream. I had a technical issue, but you guys are used to that. I'm at work, so my internet here is iffy. Thank you for joining. Don Bennett, Jeff, when can you release the rest of your video? Jeff says, this is the best driving NASCAR game I think I've ever played. If you turn off assist, it drives like iRacing with grip. I'm telling you, I'm hearing nothing but positive things from people about the car model and the physics and the way it drives, right? As long as you're not expecting a full-blown simulator, keep your expectations realistic. That's when you're going to get pleasant surprises. If you go into it and like, oh my God, I'm expecting iRacing, and they have repeatedly from day one said that this is not iRacing. It's a video game. It's a console game. So I think if you manage your expectations and you keep them realistic, I think that's when you're going to be pleasantly surprised. And I trust Jeff and what he's saying here. So howdy. This video is not final build. Um, Embargo video. I don't know anything yet. I've been, I don't know. I'm just constantly checking my email. I'm hoping to see, a code for an early review copy that I could start playing. But that could be any day now. I mean, we're getting really close. So I can't wait. But I'm assuming they're gonna, along with the code, they're gonna give us a date. Like, there has to be an embargo, and then they have to let you know when is it okay to reveal content, and that's all I need to know. We have to respect the embargo. Chevy, welcome. Do you think this game might be my best top 10 best NASCAR game, and will you do a ranking? I don't know if I'm ready to do a ranking. A lot of these games, look, man, I'm a forget. I have a bad memory. I forget a lot of things that other people have to remind me of. Um, I honestly, I don't know if I'd be good at. I could do it accurately. Some people still play some of these really old games. I'm not the best person to do that, so I'm not planning that. But I will tell you, just like I would say NASCAR Heat 4 is probably the third best NASCAR video game of all time for me, I definitely will be able to tell you what I feel about this game after I'm done with it, or I've done at least review it. So yeah, I'll definitely tell you where I think it ranks, and we'll see what happens. Let's see. Pumu Penguin, the great physics and highly detailed laser scan tracks already is setting this game up to be good. Jeff says exactly. Uh, Coos Bay Greg, welcome. Hey Disco, I'm still doing GTA. Yeah, man, I haven't played GTA in years. And it's not because I don't want to, it's just I don't have a lot of time on my hands. I have to be very selective where I spend my time. And because I try to get time in iRacing, I still play Red Dead Redemption. Um, I don't have a lot of time on my hands. I got to make time for this game. And so I don't know. That's cool though. I did a lot of racing on GTA. A lot of fun. Jeff says I don't even know what a full sim is anymore. It reminds me of Automobilista. I had never played it. In some ways, I like having grip in my racing games and sims. Full. Yeah, I agree. I do think, and I don't know if who am I to judge, but I do find iRacing to be a little too, or I would say less grippy than real life would be. I can't really confirm it, but I have heard other professional race car drivers comment that iRacing is not that realistic. Um, I don't know, but they say that in a lot of in real life you do have a little bit more grip. Things like that. I don't know. That's not a conversation I could go deep in because I just don't know. But I don't have a problem with a game that has a little bit more grip than iRacing as long as the car has character and the things you do, there's a correlation to loose, tight, and tire wear, and you could feel it. And you can't just overdrive the car and not pay a price. Things like that. That's what I'm going to be looking for. And as long as you don't have like people that just drive like maniacs and they could still beat you because they dive bomb and they can hold the corner, or they overdrive a corner and then they still have enough of a run that they don't slip back. As long as that's not an issue, it should be good. Jeff, the rest of the video you said you couldn't post due to embargo. That video can't be final build. Jeff says, hold on. I think it's more important to capture a true authentic feel of driving one of these cars. They have definitely achieved that this year. Juice Tan, welcome. Everything's good as long as I don't have another fucking uh, live stream cutout. I guess Elite Precision and What If they're not coming back. Xbox and PS when they decide to release October 10, late Thursday night, 8 p.m. to midnight. Addicted, welcome. Anyone here in this chat know about Project Motor Racing? I'm looking forward to that game. I haven't been following it, don't know. Bobby, I really hope there isn't a decrease in paint schemes for each driver since they have the 4 series, but hopefully they do get most of all the paint schemes for every series. From the list that I've seen, it seems they have a lot right? Especially for the DLC side of things. So I think they're going to cover all that. I'm pretty sure. Jeff says, one of my only bugaboos that I have seen so far is that the AI takes over your car at the end of the stage, making it technically a caution. It can catch you off guard. I'll have to see what you mean by that when I play it. Um, I know people want full control at all times, and I'd like to see that at some point. But I totally get why that's not going to happen for the first game. It makes sense to me, and this is the way they've explained it, that you have to account for a lot of things, especially entering the pits and all that stuff. There's just so many scenarios, different things that can happen. And if you don't account for these things, you're going to get game crashing situations. I'm going to put, I don't know if it's an idea. I think it's sort of a compromise, and it's not for this game. But down the line, if they are thinking about implementing full control, I think that maybe this might work. I know a lot of you guys who want the full control of everything are not going to like what I'm about to say, but just let it marinate before you shoot it down. The hardest part, I think, and I'm guessing, I'm not a developer, is the AI behavior when you have full control in the pits at all times. And what happens if you make contact with them and a lot of that stuff. I would suggest trying, maybe this might be a compromise solution. It's not going to make everyone happy, but when you go in the pits, as soon as you enter the commitment line, the AI should be ghosted or transparent, whatever you want to call it, where the player can't make contact with them. They're just ghosted. You could see them, but you don't make physical contact with them. So that there's no situation where you're wrecking the AI and causing a logjam or anything like that. And you still have control of your car. So you could still get caught speeding, entering or leaving, and you still could miss your pit box, right? So to me, you still have control of your car, but you can eliminate that possibility of causing issues with the AI because they'll be ghosted. And then when they leave the pits and they're back when they cross the pit exit, they're no longer ghosted. I don't know if that would solve everything. I don't even know if that's something that people would like. But I think it would be a compromise if they could make it work. And it would help them eliminate all those scenarios that they have to worry about with the AI and contact with the player and all that stuff. And you still have control. You could still get caught speeding. You could still miss your pit box. So there's still those things in play, but the AI not making physical contact, stuff like that, only in the pits, maybe that's a compromise that might work. I know a lot of people are going to complain if that was to be the way it is, but it's a video game, and I think that would be better than not having any control, right? And everybody wants this control. Only iRacing could look at that and say that this is not a good idea. We can't really do that. I can't answer that. I'm just throwing that out there, right? If anybody at iRacing hears that idea, maybe they could say, you know what, maybe this might work. We could try that. I don't know, right? I don't know how you guys feel about it, but let me know. All right, let's see. Jeff says, from the videos that are out there already, you can see it catch right at the end of the stage instead of crossing the line. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, I think I know what you mean. I'm still not fully sure. Um, Don Bender says, when is iRacing going to release more info? Release is Thursday. Where is any info today? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not. I'm just. I'm only focused on if and when I get a code to play the game, and that's it. We're so close to a release date at this point. I'm just like it's right around the corner. So that's really what I'm thinking about. They did say they're going to reveal some stuff about the I mean, I'm calling it a paint booth. They call it a paint editor or whatever. That's what I'm waiting to see. So let's see. Don Ben. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Juice Tan. Do you know if creators are getting early copies? Yeah, they're supposed to be. I'm supposed to be one of them. So again, I hate announcing that stuff because I just feel like I don't want to jinx it, and who knows? God forbid, there's a reason I don't get it. So I don't like getting ahead of myself. But yes, creators are getting early copies. So let's see. Don Benner says yes. Pit Road, I agree. Bobby, yeah, Disco, that's a great idea about ghosting the cars. Of course, without the cars visually being ghosted, but physically ghosted. Yeah, like I could see them making the cars transparent. Like you still see the cars, but you could still kind of see them and know that they're ghosted. I don't have a problem with that. It's only in the pits. And then, it's all about you. I don't know if that would work. I'm not a developer. Like maybe that's not something they can do. I don't know. It's an idea. And it might be something that allows them to get more control to the players sooner. They already said that if they want to, they can flip a switch and make it where you always have control. So it's not that they can't do that part of it. They already said, yeah, that they can do that anytime they want. But they still have to account for a lot of scenarios. So, and I get that part of it as well. I hope they hear that idea and maybe let it marinate and maybe I don't know if it can work or not. But if something like that does does work out, I'm going to tell you guys, yeah, that's my idea. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Let's see. Addicted says you can also have the ghost feature for yellow flags if you want full control under yellow. That'd be great for online. Exactly. Under caution, right? You have control, but the cars are ghosted as soon as there's a caution, right? And if you pass people or whatever, you get penalized or whatever. So there is a that to me it's kind of a band-aid, but it's a way to give the player control and not worry about them just you know creating a havoc, which would crash the game or God knows what. Just an idea. Creators getting copies before gold edition. Yeah, they're supposed to. Like I believe. Jeff Fabiano says, or do what iRacing does and you can drive through them, but they look physical. Yeah, and that actually in iRacing, you guys, if you've watched me do live streams or whatever, once you enter the pits, um, well, you could physically make contact, but once they get in the pit boxes, yeah, you drive through them. So I would I would rather have them transparent where you could almost see a little bit through them because that is one thing that is I hate driving through these cars to my pit. And I miss my pit all the time because they're solid. They're not transparent. And I have no idea where my box is and I always overdrive it. So maybe just having them slightly transparent under caution or in the pits. I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there. Juice Tan says, I hope in the future there's crossplay for multiplayer. Yeah, crossplay is something I've always advocated for. I honestly haven't talked that much about it, but to me it's a no-brainer, especially for a racing game. Um, I'd love to be able to play against Xbox guys when I'm on PlayStation. I don't know if they could ever make PC work with that because PC is a whole different animal. But yeah, especially for consoles, that is something that I'm surprised they haven't pushed hard enough for. And I'm talking about most developers. I'm not really just talking about uh iRacing or anything. This is their first game, so who knows what they have planned. But I agree. Um, Basically turn off the collisions model wise. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like that would help eliminate the possibility of creating turmoil, or I should say chaos, where the computer or the console, like whatever, it's just you could crash the game. There's just a lot of things you don't know what's going to happen, and you end up seeing crazy shit like we saw with Ignition. Cars just it's just crazy. But I think that might work, and I'm personally taking credit. If that ever happens, I'm taking credit for that. Just like if we ever get that automatic crew chief that guides you through your career and helps you set up your car, okay, I want credit for that. I've been screaming about that for years. I'm not letting it go. And if we ever get that, everyone must bow to me and admit this is Disco Inferno who made this happen. Just like the fucking stats. Um, I was the only one screaming about that for years. And then yes, finally, people like What If and Elite Precision, they joined, and I appreciate it. And I do think they really did help get the ball rolling. But we don't forget, we went several years, the whole Eutechnics series and the first couple of games with the Heat series, and we didn't get stats. And I was screaming about it. And I do consider to myself to be the guy that led that charge for stats and how important they are in these games. So yeah, I'm I don't mean to sound like I'm patting myself on the back, but I have to take credit for that. I was the only one screaming about that. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm kind of joking, but kind of not. So, Mark Forget, welcome. Assetto Corsa also does ghosting in the pits. That would work for me. See, I don't know. I don't follow the ACC or any of those games. So, yeah, maybe this is something that's already done. So I guess I can't take credit. uh, doesn't matter. Let's see. Addicted says you can have PC crossplay. F1 games have this. So wait a minute. You mean PC players can play against console guys? Is that a thing already? Because if it is, holy shit. I didn't think you could do that. Please confirm, because I don't want to. I didn't know you could PC and console could have crossplay. Don Bender says, "What is your prediction for online rating or license system?" Have no idea. I have no prediction. I have no clue. I'm really clueless about a lot of what this game's gonna be. Bobby says, but they still got to have it as an option to do full control or not for cautions and pit. Yeah, I mean, look, I get it. I'm with you guys. I want full control at some point. But I feel like even if there's a band-aid or something in between till they could go all out, you know, do the no contact thing. Ben, welcome. Ken Heyman, do you think they will patch choose cone restart zones for NASCAR 25? I don't think so. I think maybe restart. Well, the restart zone, I don't think so because, to my knowledge, I don't know. I think the game. I don't think you're gonna get control before the restart. I think it's just gonna be like, past games where you just take over. I don't know. I don't want to go further than that, but I don't think so. And the choose cone thing, we don't even have that in iRacing, and so I don't know. I really don't. I know we did have a choose cone in the Heat games. Now that my old man brain is starting to kick in, or we did have a choose cone, but you just pick left or right or inside outside. So I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't count on that for this game. I honestly think there's a lot of these things are going to have to come down the line. Barn Burner Gaming, welcome. I literally sent them emails about stats all the way back to Evolution days. Don't need to bring your ego into it. Well, NASCAR Heat Evolution came after the Eutechnics, and I was screaming about it in the Eutechnics era. So I still am going to take credit. And so, yeah, NASCAR Heat Evolution was several years after Eutechnics. And Eutechnics, I remember arguing with people, and they were telling me literally, I don't know what the big deal is. Get a note and pad and write down your stats. And I literally had arguments with people like that were defending no stats in Eutechnics games. So I still take credit for that. I think you're joking, but Jesus Manuel, welcome. Justan says, also hope they can also improve the day to night transitions, but for the first game, it's fine for me. Again, yeah, I don't look, man. It's just not something on my radar to care about. But again, I'm not saying it's not important. Holy shit, hold on a second. This thing is starting to scroll. Addicted says yes about PC crossplay. Intimidator, welcome. Look, I just got an update. NASCAR 25 is going to be just like NASCAR 21 Ignition. Get ready. Okay, I'm not expecting anything special. Okay, sure. Jeff Faviano, yep, true crossplay is all consoles PC. Okay, I didn't know that. So now we got to start reminding them it's not going to happen now, but maybe by the next game, we want crossplay. And I want to race guys like Elite Precision and What If and everybody and Jeff Faviano. I don't care if you're on PC, console, whatever. And then maybe we will have a, a league just for content creators. You know, I want to be part of that. I cannot run it. Someone else will have to do it. Wink, wink, Jeff or somebody. But I think that would be awesome. And I think that's something content creators would have that would generate some interest, you know, as far as creating content. I just want to be a part of it. And imagine having a league where all of these content creators are part of it and we can compete against each other. And it doesn't matter what console you're on or PC. So let's do it. Let's get it done. But yeah, crossplay. Holy shit. I always thought consoles and then PC, you couldn't mesh all of it. I thought it was just like, okay, Xbox and PlayStation, and that's it. Like, okay, so I learned something. Hold on a second. So welcome, Elite Precision. Thank you for joining. I did see your name in the previous live stream, and of course, it cut out. I had to restart the live stream, and you know, my internet at work sucks. You know, I don't have this issue at home, so. But thank you for rejoining. And I hope you're excited, man. I mean, I'm really excited about this game. Uh, Fabiano says, Intimidator 313, LOL for sure. Yeah, I can't go there. It's crazy. Um, Starlink, I have played the F1 games on PC with a friend on Xbox. It has been possible for some time. Okay, thank you for letting me know. Thank you. You guys got to remember, there's a lot I don't know. Like, I miss a lot of things. I don't follow that. Like, I don't know. I spend most of my time on iRacing, and you know, I don't do a lot of different things. So thank you for letting me know. Now I'm definitely jumping on that bandwagon for crossplay for sure. And it's 2025. Every game developer should make that part of their development. Whatever game they're working on, that should be a natural part of their plans. But thank you for confirming. Intimidator says, and Jeff, I really don't want to hear anything about you, man. You don't even need to comment. You're not a video gamer. You're nothing but a salesman, a used car salesman. So don't even talk to me. I like this guy. He's funny. Jeff says maybe gaming isn't for you anymore. 313. You are comparing this studio to Microsoft. I think he's trolling, man. I don't. That is fun. That's a funny comment though. I like that. It's fun. If it's funny, it's funny. Jeff says I'm just a dumb YouTuber, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Uh, this guy's funny though. I like it. I like it. I don't mind. I don't mind some comedy. Starling says, "When's the next edition of iRacing Rage video coming out?" That was hilarious. You know, I think I'm screwing it up for Jeff. He's having a hard time cobbling something together. I've said this before. Um, I don't I don't get mad like I used to anymore on iRacing. I think they've beaten me down into submission to like just this is what it is. There's no point in getting mad. I just don't get as mad as I used to, and so I'm sorry. I can't provide as much content, but um, we'll always have that compilation of rage. Who knows? Hold on a second. Intimidator says I'm not here to troll, buddy. I used to work for you. Tech Technics is all right. Hold on a second, guys. Are you guys back with me? Let me know. Are you guys back? I switched my internet. I like this guy. All right. Looks like you guys are back. Don't give up, guys. I'll get this right. All right. Hold on. You're just a salesman. You're a CIA salesman. True Stan says rage rate. I've never been good at sales, probably because I've never worked sales. Don Bennett said, didn't Jeff say after NASCAR tournament he never play another NASCAR game again? Yes, Intimidator is an ex-employee of mine, apparently. Uh, Intimidator says, that's what you do on TikTok and YouTube, trucker. Joe is gone. We're going to lose. It's gone. Dominic White, captain, winning Gomez. They're all gone because of me, and I'm proud of it. Oh my God, this guy's hilarious. No, it's not going to be a decent game. It's going to be NASCAR Heat 5 fixed. They're using NASCAR Heat 5 servers. They cut them off early. Think about it. And when you have a digital copy, if you haven't noticed, it glitches worse. They messed up, guys. They wasted their money. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I'm going to have to because I have to. Jeff says, never made that statement. Cool. Don't buy it. We get it. Hold on a second, guys. Man, this thing is still scrolling. This guy's hilarious. Um, Intimidator's awful salty tonight. because I got to babysit the trollers because NASCAR and iRacing and all these other people don't know how to. But don't worry, man. I hope you're one of the trollers, not Matt Di Benedetto. Yeah, it's good now. Thank you. Dre, then don't play it. Not that hard. You don't like the looks of it. Don't get it. We got you. Stream's fine. Thank you. Uh, thank you. I'm editing a video right now, but maybe I'm breaking Intimidator's NDA, so I should keep my mouth shut. LOL. Jordan, based off that little video with Hosafar at the Roval, do you think about the road course racing? Not much, obviously, but the car seems to handle the corners very well and not spin out. I don't know what to think. I just, I don't know. Not Matt De Benedetto. Nobody said this game was going to be good, like Jeff said. You'll find some things you like and some things you don't. The game won't please everyone. Yeah, I mean, obviously, there are going to be things that we're going to talk about and have concerns about, and we're going to let iRacing know about it. Um, I'm let's see, Intimidator. No, Jeff, I'm an ex-Marine. How you like that, kid? I like this guy. He's funny. I like that. Hold on a second. I think I saw BJ McLeod pop in. I spent too much money on shoe polish. I unfortunately can't afford to get NASCAR 25. That's all right, man. I'll make some money for you when I race. Jeff says, for sure, to me, in my opinion, as someone who has played it, I found it was the best driving NASCAR game I have played yet. Marine checks out. I like that guy. Juice Tan, I just want to see SVG put 10 seconds on the whole field. That fucking guy's amazing, man. I mean I'm not a big SVG fan, but fuck I can't I can't the guy's the best road course racer I've ever seen. Um, it just and I think that experience that he has with they drive very similar cars, in Australia with their those supercars or whatever they call them, and their fucking race they just beat and bang the whole time. I remember Marcus Ambrose, and he was also great at road courses. I think half of those guys could come and just I think they're just better at road courses than most of these NASCAR guys. That experience counts for something. Let's see. Intimidator says Matt Lewis needs to retire. He has not made a video game right. He worked at NASCAR Heat 5. Did he do a good job, everyone? Anybody want to agree? I used to work with him. He's a joke. I love it. I love it. I don't mind a troll if he's fucking funny. All right. Not Matt. Do you do know Matt Lewis was there for EA games? Right. Don't argue with him, man. Just laugh along, man. Jeff says Matt worked on Heat 5. News to the industry. Actually, I think Matt Heat 5 was Motorsport Games. They took over Heat 5 because I remember they took over development of Heat 5, and I predicted to everybody that game was going to be a downgrade, and it was. Elite Precision. I won't lie, I actually took some paid time off next week for NASCAR 25. LOL, the plan is to buy the game, but hopefully the people that get the game this Friday ain't reporting that it's a buggy mess. Yeah, I think I don't I do have well, I go home in the morning. I don't go back till Saturday to work, so I hope I'm gonna have a lot of time to play. Jeff says I'm calling it now. Intimidator is Matt's alternate account. Wouldn't that be something if it's fucking Matt Lewis? That's fucking genius. Trolling himself. Jordan says, I bet SVG has a RC rating of 105. They probably have a fucking 110 rating for him just on, yeah, for road courses. Jeff says it's Dimitri Costco. I like how you spelled it, Costco. Dimitri. Whatever happened to him? Whatever fucking happened to that guy? It'd be funny if it was Dimitri. MSG fired everyone and outsourced. I just stopped following anything. Did they ever pay these poor Ukrainian fucking developers? I guarantee, I doubt they paid those people. Ben Horton says Matt did have a bunch of Dale cards in his office. Not Matt De Benedetto says I'm gonna sleep deprive myself playing NASCAR 25 when it comes out. Pumu Penguin, I live in England, so it could be 5 a.m. for me. Oh, welcome from England. Matt says Dimitri Costco is probably enjoying a paid vacation in Hawaii. He's probably the fucking CEO of a whole other company. I don't understand how people like that get where they are. Probably living in Grenada now. Who knows? Uh, is it true that NASCAR 25 is using Ignition AI? I didn't play much of Ignition. No, no, that's definitely not true. No, uses a evolved version of Monsters AI. They had nothing to do with Ignition. This is crazy. Are you guys? Are we back? This. I think this fucking. Okay, thank you. Uh, I think that's fucking. What's his name? Intimidator. I think he's hacking into the fucking into my internet. He's chewing on the fucking internet lines. Mark Forget says, I was in the Marines with Intimidator. He was a chill dude until someone forced him to play Heat 5. Oh, shit. Yeah, he's roasting my router. All right. I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes. It's been a pretty long live stream. I want to be the one to end it, not have it cut out again. So if anybody has anything else they want to mention, um, yeah. So anyway, that is something I want to see at some point, like maybe have a league with all the content creators. I'd love to be a part of that. So keep that in mind, Jeff. I think you're the guy that can do it. You can make it happen. He's trying to get you on McDonald's Wi-Fi. I mean, it's amazing what people are capable of. Like, I don't put it past anybody. I heard Jordan says I heard they were still working on the game till straight up release, so the AI is not done. I'm assuming. Well, I'm assuming they're still working on it. I'm assuming it's a work in progress till the release. Like, I don't know that for a fact. It's an assumption I'm making. So that's just an assumption on my part. Intimidator says, "Oh, and you're ready for this? They don't even know how to put legends in the NASCAR game. They don't know how to put fonts in the game. They don't know how to put lettering in the game design booth. I don't know. We'll have to see." Jeff says, "I plan to do that." That's it, man. You gotta let me know, and I just want to be a part of it. I cannot run it. I tried to get something done. Like I was trying to do a league for just content creators on iRacing a while back. I called it the Disco League, and it just never worked out. A couple people joined, but my intention was really just for content creators, and I think people that follow all these content creators would love to see competition between all of us as content creators in a league. And I have no idea what I was doing, and it didn't work out well. And I did get some help, but it's not for me to run it. I just want to be part of it. Intimidator says, "Oh, Jeff says we got a real Jordan Bianchi over here." Intimidator said they don't know how to give us NASCAR rule book on iRacing. I got the setup was worth $2,400 from iRacing, 43 flat, Talladega 44. I don't even know what he's talking about. I'm better than him. I'm Stonewall. John Bennett, great talk. Maybe content creators will get NASCAR 25 Tuesday or Wednesday. Game has to be done. They had 75% of the assets. Um, Man, I'm telling you, that would be really good promotion for this game to run a league. Like, the thing is, like, I want eventually, I know that's not going to happen now, but I do want them to somehow, for the online multiplayer, create a template that people can, create a schedule fully supported with stats, and then they can have people join. And if they want to kick people off the league for whatever reason, like you have control of it, and it's a template, and you put a schedule. And the schedule is like a real life schedule. So like you could put every Wednesday night, 8 p.m., Disco Inferno League, boom, right? And people can join. And then every Wednesday night, you run and according to whatever schedule you created. And it's fully supported with stats. And the winners get trophies. And the champion gets a trophy. Like, and people would tune in to watch live streams of it from every content creator. That's what I'd like to see. And I'd love to see them create a template that we've never seen that in a NASCAR game, right? And it should be fairly easy to do. All right, so I was thinking of the name. All right, hold on a second. Yeah, I was thinking of the name called the Creator Cup. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. We could figure this out. And I'm telling you, I really think this is good for promotion of everybody's channel, right? And to see people compete against other people, we could compete against Captain Sleeveless, right? If he wants to join, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. I really think people would like to see that. I mean, if people tune in to watch me on iRacing once in a while, it's a very small audience, but imagine every creator at the same time competing against each other. I really think that's something. And to use this game to do it, uh, Addicted said you should do the Disco League again, but with subscribers. I joined. Thank you. I appreciate it. Again, I it was a chore for me to run it. Like I didn't know what I was doing. I think that's why I say if in order for something like that to work, I can't be the one doing it. You guys see, I can barely run a fucking live stream without this thing crashing every once in a while. Like this isn't my, it's not my lane. So I want to be part of it. I want to join it. I can't run it. I'm not smart enough to do it. I don't know what I'm doing. Bobby says that's true though. What Intimidator said, like we don't know lettering stuff, shapes. I don't know. Like, look, I don't know what they'll have or not have. I do think it's gonna, from the sound of it, it should be similar to like the Eutechnics one, which was good. I don't know. Hold on a second. Damn, this thing scrolled too far. Let's see. Danica Bradley, blah, blah, blah. All right, I'm gonna skip writing me back, attacking you. I'm attacking Matt because I'm gonna be doing my own leave, buddy. Thank you for inviting me, and I'm not attacking you. I'm attacking Matt because I know he's watching. He's a joke. He fired everybody over there. That's why you have an ugly game. Slow took forever to make a game. All right. Jeff says, I won't be happy until we have Benny Parsons on the toilet model racing at Bowman Green. um, Jeff's a funny guy. I'm kind of surprised. He's never really shown that humor. If you, Intimidator says if you can't make the graphics like Forza, Matt Lewis needs to retire. If you can't make a paint booth like Forza from Xbox, you need to retire. If you don't know how to make the AI black lag wreckers. Elite says, I just realized, are we even going to have a test session in this game? Would be useful so you can just have the track to yourself when testing setups. I have no idea. I don't know. But yeah, that would be cool. Unless they're looking at practice sessions to do that. You know, if you can control the time length, the time on how much practice, you could probably do the same thing. But then having the track to yourself, you're right. I don't know. Intimidator, you need to retire if you can't get it right, Matt. And I know you're watching. I know you're reading. You're embarrassing, dude. I don't know what Dale Earnhardt seizing you. Mm. Ken Heyman, Disco, will iRacing car setups work in NASCAR 25? That you're asking the wrong guy. One of the things that I've consistently told people is I don't know what I'm not an engineer, car setups or anything. I can't tell you. I don't know. Jeff says if you can't dump $60 million into the game, you aren't good enough. Elite, I never saw testing, only practice. Okay. Yeah, there's your answer. Intimidator, no, we're not even going to have setups. It's going to be 100 sliders. It's another NASCAR 21 ignition game. You should be upset. NASCAR online drivers. The key to trolling is don't go over the top. I think now it's going a little over the top. You got to dial it back a little bit. Keep it in that realm of realism. Pumu Penguin. Jeff, I watched you for the first time from GTA RP videos so many years ago and Bay Area bugs. Um, man, GTA 6, I can't wait for that either. I'm excited. Elite Precision, thanks, Jeff. Intimidator, they made this game for we're going to lose. I haven't seen his channel in a while. I got to check it out. He's hilarious. But I got to say, um, it would suck if I get caught in a room with him and then he wrecks me. Jordan says it's probably going to be like practice session in Heat 5 where you practice for like 50 plus minutes and then go into qualifying. Probably. All right, guys, I'm about to dial it back down, and I want to thank everybody for joining the live stream. It was a fun conversation. I had a lot of laughs. I'm excited, and I can't wait. Jeff says GTA 6 better have Forza physics, otherwise they don't know what they're doing. Speaking of GTA physics, I I kind of missed the GTA 4 physics. I thought GTA, even though the GTA 4 was a bit overdone, it felt like the shocks were broken on every car and everything was just springs. But I like the weight and the difficulty of driving those cars. And I prefer it being more like that than GTA 5. And I hope that they do bring a little bit more of a realistic physics to the driving in GTA 6. I felt like it just GTA 5 is too arcadey. And when like to have full control of the car when you're in midair and being able to turn it and land, like I don't know. I'd like it to be more a little more realistic. And if you just end up crashing, you crash. So just wanted to put that out there. Let's see. I have a good one. They don't have nothing that you want, trust me. Henry, and thanks for the Steam, bro. I appreciate it. Thanks, Disco. Can't wait to see some gameplay soon. Jeff says, hey, good. Disco, wait, hold on. Damn, this thing keeps scrolling. Hey, Disco, good times. I had fun with Intimidator too. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you. Good night. Great stream. Looking forward. All right, guys. Look, I'm actually at work. I need to get to work. This is irresponsible. So, thank you for joining the live stream. Thank you for popping in every time I do something. I really appreciate it. Uh, as always. So you guys have a good one, and hopefully we'll have more to talk about very soon. So you guys have a good one. Later. Good night.